Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. Jacintha and I were a little bit late. Apologies. We were just had some technical issues getting started today. We were also quite late sending out the announcement that we're going to do a live. We're always mostly doing a live. I just was a little bit late sending out the information via Facebook. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing really well and enjoying the week so far. There's been quite a lot of great announcements this week so far. I found some amazing content that I've been posting in the group. So if some of you've seen some of that, it's been really great to just get back into the flow of the Healy world, see what's going on. I've been doing a lot more research and trying to learn more a little bit about each program. And I just want to say hello to everybody, anyone that's joining now in the Facebook group. Just, let us know where you're tuning in from as well. Where are you in the world? Hello, Angie. Good evening. So yeah, if anyone here is new in Healy, anyone would like to ask any questions about their Healy, if you've got any, things that aren't working, or if you're not sure about certain things that you're doing, you can pop them in the chat, because we're going to answer all the questions as best we can today. All right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be doing we're going to attempt to demo scan. So we're going to do scan. We're going to just have a bit of a play around with that, show you how we do our scans. We might do a scan of the group. The Zoom chat is just got a few people in it today, but if you're interested, we can take a photo of you guys, and we can do a group scan, so we can work on that. I'm just letting you in, Jacintha. Yeah, you're coming in twice. All right, here we go. We're just working out getting that we've got our phones and devices on here as well. All technical stuff today with this scanning. Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of touch a little bit on something that I've posted today in the group, and I don't know if anyone here has seen it, but it's actually a recent interview with Nuna Nina, who is the creator of the Gold Cycle programs. And I posted it just a few hours ago, and we already got a few people responding about what he said in there. He gave so much interesting information that I found like super, well, yeah, Kat saw it as well. I just see she's posted it and she messaged there in the Zoom chat. It was really, really nice to get some more information about each program. And also just about how he works with frequency, because I'm sure a lot of you here feel a little bit on your own about frequencies and how to work with them. I know that I have, and it's been a long journey this year, really trying to understand like what frequencies are, and also how to use the Healy as well, and when to use it, how to use it. As some of you know, it's been learning. For me, it's been a huge learning anyway about my body and about how my body works in that way. And something that I found interesting with what Nuna Nina said was that there was one question that somebody asked that was, how should we use the Healy? How often should we use the Healy? And his answer was, that's an impossible question to answer, because every single person's body is different. And the only way to do that is to just experiment yourself on what feels good and what doesn't feel good. And I found that a very interesting answer, because a lot of us are looking for things that are the same. We think that we should do things exactly the same. We should run it for this amount of time and we'll all get the benefits from it. But as many of you know, we're all very different and our bodies are all different. We all need different things. So that was the first thing that I found interesting. I don't know if anybody else found that interesting. If you want to just make a comment, or if you saw something else in there that you had questions about, feel free just to add them in. Something else that I found quite interesting as well was how he talked about the moon cycle. I know that a lot of people commented on the video about that. So what he said was, you should run certain programs depending on the moon cycle. And at first I was like, oh, how come we don't know this? But actually the moon cycle does govern a lot of our way of being. And I actually have this book, which I brought upstairs with me. It's called Muse with the Moon. Jacintha, you probably love this book, actually. Muse with the Moon. It's spark your creativity and self-reflection with the help of the lunar cycle. So it's all about where the moon is in the time of the month, and what to do in those times. So you might have heard anyway that, like, for women in their moon cycle, there's certain times where we should be doing certain things, and how he was. And in this book, it tells you, like, you know, on the full moon you need to be doing this. For example, on full moon we need to celebrate and have forgiveness. On the waning gibbous moon, which is just after the full moon, we should receive blessings and gratitude. On the waning half moon, which is like when it's just kind of half, about to go to the new moon, halfway, is breathe and self-care. It's all about breathing and doing all your self-care routine. Moon, which is almost new moon, is all about reflecting and restoring. It's all about looking at what we're doing and where you are with yourself at the moment, and like how we need to move and restore that. And then the new moon is for fresh slates and new beginnings. So it's all about where you are in your cycle with whatever you're creating. That's your new beginning. The waxing crescent, which is just past new moon, is refine and organize. And I don't know if there's anyone here that follows this kind of rhythm, but I've been following this recently, actually. And I've noticed whenever I'm really feeling like getting organized, I'm like, oh, I really want to get organized. I look at if I'm in that phase, and it's always at the phase that the moon is in. So that's interesting. And then the waxing half moon, which is take action and commit, which is half to full moon. And then the waxing gibbous, which is almost full moon, which is for trust and resilience. So like there is a cycle already there that like kind of we can tap into with our creativity. And I found just that really, really interesting anyway to follow in terms of how we do our projects. And so when Noon and Nina started talking about when we use the Healy, and also we should use it around the moon cycle, actually it makes a lot of sense. He was saying that, for example, on the full moon, we are supposed to be energetic, and that's why we feel so much energy. So he said not to do programs like relax around the full moon because it won't work, because we're supposed to be energetic. So there are certain things that he came up with, small like little comments that really kind of like made me think a little bit. I became quite curious. He also kind of explained a lot about water, because obviously he has his water bottle as well. And somebody also had I also found this one interesting as well. So someone had been feeling tired after using the Healy. And I know I have a few people that ask me questions about that. They say, oh, I'm really tired. I feel really lethargic after using Healy. Why is that? Why is that? And his answer was, if you clean the house, all over the house, you're going to be tired afterwards. And he said, but if you try to clean the house without water, or if you don't drink water and you're dehydrated, then, or if you try to clean the house without, being able to scrub with water, then you're even more tired. So he said the most important thing is, if you're feeling tired, is to keep going, to drink plenty of water, because that's the body just detoxing all those things. And after a few weeks, you will start to feel a lot better and things will start to shift more. And I guess it's a little bit like what we talked about in the detoxing conversation last week from our last live, was the detoxing process is quite intense. So we really have to let that happen and not give up in the first 2 weeks, because that's when something's shifting. So not to give up too soon. And it doesn't, like, sometimes you don't feel results, you don't get results overnight. You might get some benefits for 4 days, something like that, but they'll come back. So the idea is to not work on the symptoms, which is what Healy does at the start, is it works on the symptoms, but then the longer you use it, it starts to work on the cause. So it starts to really go deep within the cells. So that's another interesting point I heard him talk about as well. Yeah, so it's just been really, really nice just to get that feedback from him, and I'm hoping to catch more of his academy Zoom calls as well, and just to go into the live chat and just see what everyone's talking about in here. Vicky said, hi, I thought that what he said about moon cycles and your cycles, yeah, it was really interesting. And yeah, and Andrina, I love my Healy and having a field day with all the choices. Yeah, so I mean, we've got like plenty of options that we have to work with our Healys in different ways. And the idea of what he was saying is, let's learn more about the body, because if we don't learn about the body, how are we ever going to be able to use our Healys in the correct possible way? You know, even just learning about how the body detoxes, even just learning how the body works, like what the liver does and what the kidneys do. For me, that's something that I've become more and more interested in over this time as I learn to use the Healy. I don't know about anyone else. How about you, Jacintha? Do you have anything to add?
Well, I'm really fascinated because I have found that the full moon has come up everywhere for me today. Everybody talking about the harvest moon and really thinking about how I wanted to share that with my kids, because obviously I home educate. I've been following the moon cycles for a while, not to the level that you stated, but more the kind of like forgive and let go on a full moon, and, you know, what do I want to create on a new moon. And also I did have to admit yesterday to a group of people I'd never met before that I haven't moon bathed as well, because the power of standing naked under the moon is just phenomenal, really is. So that's a really good one to do, because just like the sun causes a reset in your body, the moon does the same. So it's a really powerful one. So if you can find a little small corner of your garden or somewhere a little bit sheltered, you could do a little bit of moon bathing.
Once you don't have overlooking neighbours, that sounds amazing. Or you just maybe can go to a field somewhere and do it, you know, just like drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe the beach or anything.
And so what kind of benefits does that have, actually? I've never heard of that before.
Well, I have not. I mean, it's something that medical medium talks about doing, and I felt really cool to do it. But I'm imagining it's going to be the same, that the moon rays probably penetrate the skin in the same way the sun rays do, because the moon is so powerful, but we're just not really aware of it, are we? It just kind of sits in the sky and nobody pays it that much attention anymore.
Yeah, what I really want to do is I want to read, well, how are you using your Healys, everybody? I want to know how you're using it. I personally really just want to know how you use your Healys, just because I think that it's important. Let's just see how each of us are benefiting from it. Like, I personally use mine with the wristbands. I get the best results from the wristbands. So, but then often, a lot of the times, I find it a bit of a hassle to put them on. But when I do, it only takes 2 minutes. It's more of a mind block of putting them on. But the fact that I can feel them, it really helps me. And I think it's interesting to see the difference of what we get between the coil and the wristbands. I think that's always, I just feel like it's something that we need to kind of experiment with, and to see what works for us and what doesn't, and how often you send the frequencies to each other as well. So Bente Steen said, I use my Healy with wristbands 2 to 3 times a day and vibrate 3 to 4 times a week. I love my Healy. So that's really nice to know. Jacintha, how do you use your Healy? Do you use it every day, or?
Yeah, so I'm using my Healy every day. I put it on, let's see if I can find them. 2 beautiful gold tensor rings. Let me hold them here. You can probably see them better. So they're spirals, and they're masculine and feminine, and I place them on those. I also place the Healy on a grid using colour. I recently did one on a bed of oyster shells, just whatever I'm kind of feeling drawn to amplify. I like using the Star of Life, and all sorts of different things like that. But I always vibrate without being attached, but mainly because I am super, super busy and I just don't have time to be attached to something and cooking meals and taking children to different places all day. So I don't really have the opportunity to do that. And I just find it much easier to put it on and run it and carry on with my day. But I do think it's important to spend some time during a session to notice what's going on. And I think when you're receiving physical feedback in the way that you talked about on your wrist, then you really are much more aware of it going in.
Yeah, it is. And I think this is what Nina said as well. I mean, a lot of us don't have that time to really experiment with it, to be able to just do that regularly. I think that what I've noticed with Healy is you need to have this like consistency to really get the benefits. I don't know about anyone else here, but that consistency is really hard. You've got to kind of have this this thing in the morning where you get up and you put on your Healy, or you get up and you do your Healy and you do it regularly to be able to get those results. And that in itself is already, if you can do that every day and you've got that routine, I think that in itself is already something that you're gaining from it, because you're learning how to kind of give yourself that time to put that on. It's like that self-care routine. I'm just going to the chat in Zoom. And Rosie said, it's great to hear the point about the individual medicine as a homeopath and a sound healer. It's so important. Also, the moon cycles are a really important factor in homeopathy. That's very interesting. I would love to learn more about that, because homeopathy is something I've really been interested in, actually. I've been reading a lot about it, and the fact that that's really a huge part of it makes a lot of sense. And if you've got any information on that, or I would be really interested to find out more, Rosie. Also, if you've got something to add, or if you want to say something, or if you have got links or something like that, feel free to pop them there and I can have a look at them later and maybe even do a post or something. Amazing, thank you.
Abby, we've got some comments in the Facebook group. Angie's talking about using her Healy every day. She's doing the body, mind, spirit. There may be lots of people a bit jealous, Angie, because not everybody's got it yet, have they? So she mixes in with a long list of suggestions from the Heal Advisor search, which is very useful because we're going to talk about that a bit, aren't we, today? And she uses a mixture of the coil and wristbands and a mixture of the pink and blue dots. And then Vicky is saying that she uses the wristbands, but they drive her mad unless she's sitting because they keep catching on things, which I'm sure lots of people experience.
I can understand. There's one thing I can always advise when it comes to the wristbands, and it's something that I wish I'd done from the very beginning, is that if you've got a long sleeve top on, try to put the wires behind on the long sleeve top or on a jumper. Obviously, if it's really hot where you are, that's more difficult. But if it's not a warm day, put them underneath your top. You don't even notice you've got them on, and that's what I do. That's the best thing. That's the best recommendation I can give you about that. Kat has also said about wristbands and vibrate, and she's not sure about the ear clips. I don't think, do America have the ear clips? I think you do. Can't remember exactly, but I found them really powerful at the beginning of my Healy journey. I put them on and did the mental balance program every day, but it's really, really powerful because it makes you feel like you're on a boat. So it's like I could only have them at 15% because I felt like I was on a wavy, which was really powerful. But that really helped me. That really motivated me to get started with Healy. That was I loved the ear clips. So yeah. And Jacintha, would you demonstrate the spiral and you use when sending pink dot programs remotely?
Yeah, of course. So basically, I started off with drawing a spiral on a piece of paper, because everything that you do is about intention, okay? And we don't need to do anything perfectly. And then I got a piece of metal and I made it into a spiral. As you can see, this is very not perfect. And I would just clip that on the back. And then at the moment, I place the Healy on the 2 rings like this. So in an ideal world, I'd probably go out and buy the coil and plug it in, but this is just as effective for me.
Nice. Very creative. I love that. Fantastic. So, perfect. Let's do it. Let's try and do this screen share and do a bit of a scan and see what happens. How do you think? What do you think? Should we do that? Shall I start? Shall I share my screen? Or do you want to have a go?
No, I'm too frightened.
Doesn't really matter. We'll have to do another test at some point. So
what are you going to share? You're going to share your blue dot or the Heal search advisor?
Well, I don't know if anyone in here would have any suggestions of what you'd like me to do, because what I was planning on doing was like what I do with my Heal search advisor. That's one of the options. So searching with the Heal advisor about any certain ailments that you may have, and then, or if anyone has any issues that they want to find out what programs to do, you can put that in the chat now, and then I can search for it on the Heal advisor search. That's if you don't have the app already. Go on.
Why don't we do that for somebody who doesn't have the app yet? Like if somebody wants to put in, because I know I didn't have it for a while. It was super annoying.
Yeah, if anyone has any issues that they're going through right now and they want to know what programs to do, please pop that into the chat, and then I will go on the Heal advisor search to find out what's going on there for you and what programs would be good for you. It's not coming from me, it's coming from the app. So it just shows you how that works. So if anyone wants to do that.
I'm just going to answer some questions as we're going through. Bente says, do I wear the spiral during the day? No, I literally I put the spirals on a surface and then place my Healy on top. That's how I do it. So I don't wear it with me. And then, Sylvia says, I don't have one and I'm interested for my insomnia.
Oh,
okay,
Sylvia.
Angie says she can't wear the ear clips because she's got digital implants. And Victoria says that she is very thankful for you sharing about the long sleeved number, because that was really helpful for her.
Great. Well, dental implants is what Angie said. I love the digital implants. That's also a nice take.
Oh, did I say digital implants?
I think so.
Oh, I always love a slip of the tongue. What was that about?
I just want to say hi to Sylvia. Sylvia is like the amazing lady that sells me my gorgeous crystals. This is another necklace that I did today using her crystals. She sources them from an amazing guy in India, and they're like rare crystals, and this one is made from moonstone and a few others as well. So hi Sylvia, I'm so happy that you are joining. That's so nice. I haven't exactly fully told you what the Healy is, so if there's anyone new here that who doesn't really know what Healy is, I can give you a little bit of a download now. The Healy is like a frequency device that is tunes your body to the frequencies that it should be. So it's a really powerful device, and a lot of people here would also say how much Healy's helped them as well. But it's helped me enormously. Like, this is something that is completely aligned with my life now. It's something that is giving me my true purpose, that I work with frequency. That's what I do, and my mission is to raise the frequency of the people on the planet. And this is what came to me 1 year ago, and here I am, like, doing the lives, and I've met lots and lots of people along the way that are on the same mission. So this machine is fantastic, and it is actually a proven medical device for sleep, for any sleep issues. So it's helped so many people. I have one guy that I work with regularly on a weekly basis. He, when I first met him, he's got Asperger's, he's got MS, he's in a wheelchair. He doesn't speak so easily. And when I first met him, it's hard to understand him. And he had never really slept more than 2 hours a night without breaking the sleep pattern. And when he first got his Healy, he messaged me and he said, I slept 8 hours uninterrupted that's very rare. And then the next day I got the same message again saying, oh my God, it happened again. And the third night it happened again. And then ever since that, and that ever since then, he's been sleeping really well. And we do a weekly call once a week, and he's just really progressed really well. Like his speech has come on, he's got lots of energy, he's not depressed, he's moving a lot more. He's just absolutely in love with his Healy. He's got the resonance now, he's playing with it, and it's just an absolute joy to speak to him every week. Like he lifts me up, and I love that day of the week when we have that call. It's just so nice. And just to see that progress, and also see that and have that weekly session with him, just it really shows, it's a real physical showing of what's possible with Healy. And if you go on the frequency experience group, and I'll pop that in the chat as well, you can see all of the people that this device has helped with so many issues. And it's just part of my life now. This is just part of me. And yeah, I haven't gone so much into the scientific side of it because of quantum physics and all the rest, but I do have videos that I can show you. So what I'll do is I'm just going to go straight to sharing my screen, and then we'll go to the app, which I just talked about, and we can put in insomnia. And for example, you'll see which programs are good for that. So if you had a Healy, just share the screen. Here we go. So here we go. You'll see my screen now and all my apps that I've got on it. It's not completely, there we go, Healy Advisor. Normally I'm more organized than this. So you see, this is the Healy Advisor app. So everyone that's got a Healy, if you don't have this app yet, then you can get it for just one price, and it will be yours for life. And it's very handy if you've got a Healy and you don't know what to do with each program. All right, so we're going to press start, and as you can see, we've got that bit that's highlighted at the top. You've also got animal programs. So anyone that's got animals, you can choose programs for them. And then you've got the bioenergetic revitalization and digital nutrition, which is, I don't have those unlocked. So it's a subscription. I don't have those yet, but they're also really powerful. So we're just going to go to Healy IMF programs. And in here, we can just write in insomnia. So there we go, we've got sleep disorder, okay? So we can it just brings that up. And here it gives you a choice of programs to use for sleep disorder, okay? So we've got Pure. Now, if we click on Pure, it gives you an explanation of what the Pure does. And also with the webinar with Nuna Nina, which I was talking about earlier with the moon cycles, he talks about Pure, and he said that this is just the best program on the gold cycle. Like, it prepares your body for everything. And if you don't know what program to do, always just go to Pure. And this is the basic of all. So what the Pure does is the ideal starting point for anyone using the Healy app frequency programs for the first time. It's designed to help your body's energy field to recover from the bioenergetic effects of environmental factors. Now, this is just a really short description, and I'm sure many people here wishes there was more. And if you watch the webinar with Nuna Nina, who is the man who created these frequency programs and is a man in Portugal, a therapist there who's helped many people with frequencies, and he helped design the basis of Healy with Marcus Schmeeker. So he's really powerful. And he really understands on another level of what he's doing with the frequencies themselves. So yeah, I regularly recommend to watch that if you don't know which programs to do. Okay, what else? So we've got Pure, we've also got Relax, we've got the Being program, we've got Balanced Sleep, Fine Flow, also Mental Balance, Positive Thoughts, and Bed Rest. They're the programs that it suggests. So if you have any problems with your sleep, then that is some of the programs that he suggests. Now, what else have we got? Have we got any more? I'm just seeing now. Oh, that's nice. Kat says, Nuna said, Pure is like in gardening, preparing the terrain. I love that. It really is. It's preparing everything ready for the grow, which is just, for me, it's such a nice analogy, actually. I love that. Is there anyone else? Is there any more comments there, Jacintha, from the live? I'm just going. So
no more comments, not since
okay,
Sylvia's.
perfect. No worries. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is we're going to just jump from this, and we're going to now go to the vibrate, the blue app. Okay, and we're going to just go in there, and we're going to do. We've only got 15 minutes, so we're going to do a quick search, and we'll do a quick scan in the Healy Advisor app. And the plan was to do a group. Is there anyone in the Zoom that would like me to do a scan for them, or Jacintha to do a scan for them? Anyone like brave enough to say hello, or any wishes? No. Okay, no worries.
Just refreshing to see if anything's coming up in Facebook.
Rosie, is that a yes, please, to doing it? Okay, she's just writing. All right, great. So what I need from you then, so Rosie, she's just typing in the Zoom chat. I'm going to do a scan for her, and we're going to just do some of the databases just to show everyone what's possible with the Healy and how we do our scans. So, okay, I'm just going to add a client. So what I'm going to ask for you just to type into the message chat, a bit of 10 on the Healy, that might help. So just if you could just tell me your full name, please. I'm going to add a client, add a person, and I'm going to need a photograph. That's the only thing. So you might have to turn on your camera on Zoom, and I'd take a quick snap, or Jacintha has to take a photo if I can, because I'm going to struggle to do it with my phone because it's broken. Rosie Keswick, perfect. All right.
I've got it.
Oh, thank you. If you just send that to me via the Facebook Messenger, that would be awesome. Oh, I've written that wrong already. So is it Miss, Mrs, Ms? Ms. Okay, perfect. So Rosie. Okay, oops.
Okay, so that's over to you now.
Thank you. I'm doing this wrong. The amounts of times I've done this.
So I was reading today in the instruction booklet, the only thing that you have to have is the display as. You have to have something in the display as. All the others you can leave blank. But in order for it to work, you have to have something in the display as, apparently.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I normally don't put anything more than just the date of birth, the first name, the last name, and the place of birth. That's usually what I'm doing. That's for me. What the reason why I do that is I feel like you get a better result if you've got more information. And obviously, it's going to take the information from the Akashic records or the blueprint of everybody that's out there. But anyway, intention is enough, which is what we're learning along the way now. So, do whatever you feel is right. Obviously, if you trust in this, it's going to work for you anyway, because that's just how it works. 3rd of May, just add this in. Great. And place of birth, Preston. Also, another Taurus. Yes, I'm also a Taurus. I was just about to say that. Okay, so here we go. Right? So Rosie's in. I'm just going to add a picture, which I just need to download from my messenger. So just bear with me 1 second. You're going to see all of this, but it's all going to be worth it. And there's Rosie there. I'm just going to just save this picture. Save. All right. And then go back to the blue app. So this should still be on when I go back. Just will reconnect to the Healy. Usually it's better if you don't go out the app, but it just takes another couple of minutes just to reconnect. Allow that to happen. It's one of those days today, where I've noticed that you just got to surrender to everything that's happening. So well, there you go, it's picking up my TV. All right, so connecting to Healy.
Stop the video. Stop.
Oh, perfect. We're connected, and we're just going to add in a picture now. So choose from gallery. Rosie should be there. There she is. It will do. It doesn't have to be in the middle. Okay, and then yes. We don't. Depends if you want to be synchronized. I'll just put no for now because I wasn't sure about your answer. All right, fantastic. You're in. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to do a scan for Rosie. What I normally do when I scan is I usually I start with resonance. How do you usually start with your scan, Jacintha?
So I would muscle test at this point, and I would muscle test which one she needs.
Oh, great. Do you want to do it?
If I've got Rosie's permission, Rosie, can you say yes, please? Great. Okay. So I would go to aura for Rosie.
Okay, so how did you do the muscle testing just there quickly, so fast?
So I'm using my finger on top of another finger. And as I place pressure on this finger, if I can hold both fingers in that position, I know it means one thing. And if I can't, it means the other. So I just set an intention in my mind which one she needed. And then it showed me.
Amazing. This is awesome. Okay, great. It's nice to get another perspective on this, on how you do your scans, because I've done quite a few scans on the lives now. So it will be good to get your input along the way. So aura analysis.
We've got a question coming up about that. Still learning. I found that helpful. Okay, I'll show a bit more about that then. Okay, so yeah, I would click on record aura. And then one of the questions, I just like Rosie to, at the point where we record it, to decide, you know, the issue that she's most interested in, and just get grounded and centered. And maybe just take a deep breath as we're scanning that, but that's entirely not necessary. It will always bring up the most important thing. So we have the information showing us, and then what would you do at this point, Abby? I would click on analysis. Is that what you would do?
Yes, I normally would click the 3 bars on the top first to see the bars like this.
Okay.
So it's more, we can get more of an overview of what the aura is looking like.
Whoa. With fantastic view of the aura. So then I would muscle test again, just like this. But I mean, I'll do the ring test because that's the one that I taught. So are we interested today in her crown? Are we interested in her forehead? Are we interested in her heart? Yeah, so it may be that we would think naturally that we go to the forehead because that was the lowest, but we're being guided to go to her heart for this one. So then I would unclick forehead and crown, and I just leave heart. And then I would click on start analysis.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, so I just want to explain, I don't think it's appropriate, Rosie, to bring up the high negative relevancies in a group scenario. But if I was working with a client and they were ready to go deep, I would ask them whether or not, can you hover your finger over where the negative relevances are? Have you got like a little scroll button?
No,
it's just your finger. Okay, so it's at the bottom. There's a little sidebar that you can push to one side, and if you click on that, the Healy basically tells you your life story, and it can be quite intense. I'm not sure whether you've experienced that, Abby, but it can be quite full on, can't it?
It's interesting for me because when I've done negative relevances in the past, actually it's quite positive. And I get more positive readings when I click high negative relevances.
Well, I think that's really interesting because I probably have come at it from a slightly negative point of view from how I've been taught. And so maybe that slightly negative point of view that I'm coming in with is affecting what's coming up for me, because everything is intent, isn't it? And you're not coming in with that slightly negative view. So
it can be, it definitely can be. It's an interesting one.
So then I would click on start analysis. And again, ask Rosie just to breathe. Okay, so the first question I would ask is everything here relevant for today? So I'm being told that the first one is not relevant for today. So I would, oh, I see. Okay, we're being guided to create something perfect for her in this moment, which is being a bit creative with this as well. Abbey, are you happy for me to do that today?
I would love you to. I find this very interesting, the way that you're doing this. It's great.
Okay, so in the first box, we've got the fourth chakra, the heart chakra. And so we're just going to scroll down on this and close it, please.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
can you give us a reason why? Can you give us a reason why you did that for everyone in the chat?
I literally just follow my intuition and my muscle testing. So the second one we're keeping. Okay, and then scroll further down, please.
Yeah.
Are we keeping the fourth one? Yes, we are. So shall we have a little brief explanation? Abbey, I don't know if you're better at this than I am, like a brief explanation of what each thing means. I mean, I've got a bit of an overview, but you might be better at explaining it. Do you want me to have a go and you chip in?
Yeah, go for it. You do it and I can add some bits as well. That's good.
Okay, so the percentage number, the 83%, that tells us how relevant this is for Rose. So basically, Healy had to put in a number of scenarios, and obviously there are millions and millions of scenarios, so they put in the most commonly occurring. So the higher the percentage, the more relevance this comment has for you, and the lower the percentage, it's something vaguely along those lines, but it isn't necessarily exactly what they say. The number in after the 83 is 7, and that's a level between 1 and 9. I believe that's right. And the higher the number, the more work there is for that individual to do in order to clear this issue. The C tells us that this is an emotional issue. So the energy is an emotion. So I imagine this as like an emotion stuck in the body. And when emotions get stuck for a long period of time, or perhaps they're inherited, they can become D, which becomes a physical issue. And the 4, this is the bit I'm not entirely sure. Abbey, do you want to give me the heads up? Is this the dilution level or?
Yes, it is. It's a homeopathic remedy. So all of this C, D, LM, it's all homeopathic. So 4, I mean, I'm not into homeopathy. I mean, I've done a lot of research because I find this like absolutely, fascinating. So the higher the number, the more diluted it is, but actually the stronger it is. That's what I understand about homeopathy. So 4 is not so strong, actually.
Okay, and isn't Rosie the homeopath as well? Is she the one who mentioned earlier about the things?
Yes, she is. So
that's kind of funky, isn't it? Okay, so everyone can read the present state. So that's how the person is feeling in this moment. And there's a percentage to how relevant that is. And then there's the description about it. And then there's the desired state. So if you can scroll down to the next one, people can read that. That's fairly self-explanatory.
What I always do as well is I always make a note of the affirmation.
That's lovely.
Because each time the affirmation is different for each one. So I find it like taking a note of the affirmation and giving that to the person, if it feels aligned to them, to use the affirmation like regularly to kind of bring that into alignment. Kat is saying, is that C or C100 or times 1,000? I'm not 100% sure what you mean. She said C100 times 1,000 times 100 dilution. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that. That's a question for the for anyone into homeopathy. It's something I'd like to learn. I wish I could give you an answer for that, Kat. Maybe Rosie can explain.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know that one either.
Rosie said she's confused about the chakras coming up in different colors. Oh, I get what you mean. So yeah, this is telling you that the heart chakra is shining in the crown chakra color violet. Do you want to explain about that, or shall I?
No, go for it, Abby. I think you're going to be better with that.
Okay, so like what that's saying, and also just to let you know that whatever comes up on the scan, it's not always exactly, I mean, it's not always good to take it too seriously, because sometimes whatever comes up is something that's come into our field. It could be something that, you know, is just coming in today, that something just might have happened, or it might be something we're carrying with us for a long time. Now, in terms of what our chakras are looking like, is there are certain aspects that are coming up that are affecting your chakras. And there's going to be 3 for the heart, okay? 3 aspects of what's affecting it. And it can be anything. So, and it's showing you some examples here. And what that does is that when your chakras are not in perfect alignment, it will shine in a slightly different color. So each one is going to be shining slightly different depending on what the issue is. And it's telling you what color that is in, which is out of balance. So for example, here it's saying the heart chakra is shining in the crown chakra color violet, and the heart chakra is usually green. So it's kind of giving you an idea that the violet is kind of what the heart is currently shining in. So you could probably look deeper into it and try to understand, okay, am I bringing that, the qualities of the crown chakra, is that mixing in with the heart chakra? I mean, I don't really know how to interpret that. Do you have any kind of thoughts coming through with that, Jacintha?
Yeah, I do actually, bizarrely enough. I'm immediately taken to the 5-element balance that you would do in kinesiology. So you want to ensure that all of the it's not meridians, but all of the elements are in balance. And sometimes you find that one element is struggling, and so it's stealing from another element. And sometimes you find that one element is overpowered and it's overpowering the next element. So I feel like there's some kind of link there with the chakra system, maybe, that perhaps one of them is like underpowered or overpowered, and that's why these color sort of changes are occurring. But that is not gospel. That is literally just a thought that came in.
It's nice though, because I like the way that you also channel and have certain things that come in, and I like that flowingness of using the Healy, because I feel like the Healy is one of those, it's quantum physics, it's like alchemy, it's like that fire which is constantly moving, and I don't think it's so set in stone. And I think a lot of us are like, oh, this is the way it is, and very structured, and we can really play with this and really allow those thoughts to flow in between us, so that we can really use the Healy in a way which is good for all of us, really, you know, in a way that's right for you as an individual, just like how Nina was saying that we should use the Healy for how you want to use it, not how everyone else is using it, if you know what I mean. So yeah,
that's beautiful. Okay, so
yeah,
should
we keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going. So we're happy with all of that. So my muscle testing, I'm going to ask, is there anything else we need from the first one? No. Okay, we're looking at the second one. So we've got 81%. So again, same sort of relevancy. We've got 7. So again, this area of your life needs a little bit of work. And I think that we need to understand that work is like in brackets. It doesn't mean you have to sit there and scribe on it and wait for insights. It just means you need to have a little bit of awareness about it, and that in turn will allow you to, if you're present, to receive all the information that you need in order to heal. I think sometimes when people embark on a healing journey, they often want to spend hours like searching, navel gazing, as I like to call it, when actually if we carry on with life and enjoy it and are just present in each moment, then all of the answers just get naturally given to us by the people we meet, the people that we talk to, the books that we read. Even the TV tells us. I have one friend, and whenever I talk to her, the TV always shouts out something that her boyfriend's watching, and we're like, that's it, thank you.
Brilliant.
Okay, so we've got a 7 again, and this time we've got a D, which we know means that it is a physical issue. So it may have started off life as an emotion for her, but it may not be in her emotion. And then when we look at the 1E6, this tells us that it's a karmic issue. So it's happening simultaneously in another incarnation. And you can work on this to help another incarnation at the same time, which just fascinates me. Okay, so we've got the present state and the description, which obviously everyone can read. Oh, Rosie says, yep, so accurate. Of course it is, because the Healy is just like, boom, tells you everything you need to know. Okay, so I would just want to start playing. So I'm just going to test. Are we being asked to add something? Yes. Is it something in my house? Is it something in Abby's house? Great. Okay, so it's in your house, Abbey. Is it something, like, I have a sense that it might be your necklace. Is it Abby's necklace? Yes. So Abbey, would you be happy to include your necklace in this session? And Rose, would you be happy to have that added?
I can tell you what's on it. It's
Rosie,
got rose
I'm
quartz.
sorry, I keep saying Rose.
I've got rose quartz, it's got kunzite, it's got pyrite, it's got a lot of moonstone.
Beautiful, when we're talking all about the moon as well.
It's a lot of moonstone in it, and pearls as well.
Oh, good. Other people call her Rose, so I'm not going completely mad. I think that's a really important thing to remember as well, is that when you speak, what you say is actually what you mean. So even if it doesn't fit specifically the English language, or it isn't the right thing to say, it doesn't necessarily make it wrong. And I always like to pay attention to what I say, because I often find that I'm saying something more powerful with the mistake I'm saying than I am when I'm trying to correct it. Okay, so we have got, we're adding the necklace. Is that the highest priority? No, there's something else. I'm asking, is it an oil? Is it something else in Abby's house? Is it a glass of water? Yes. Okay, so I have a sense that we have like a dehydration issue coming up for her. And so I wondered if you could pour a glass of water for us, please, Abbey.
Of course, I'll give you 1 moment.
So obviously there's a reason why Abby's down in the sitting room near to where she needs the water. So what we'll do, I'm going to ask if there's anything else. Is this all? Yes. Okay, so we're going to add 2 more things to our list, and then we'll be able to vibrate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've got
the necklace.
2 things. We've got Abby's necklace and we've got her water. So Abbey, could you scroll down, please, and then hit the actions button?
Yeah. Add manually.
Okay, so we're going to add, so we clicked on the button that said add manually. Okay, so I am going to put in the desired state, and I am literally using my muscle testing and listening to my intuition. So the first thing that comes up is connected I am. So could you put in desired state, connected I am, please?
Connected I am.
Yeah. Okay, so this was what we talked about before with an affirmation. If you say the item first and then add your Yoda-like phrase of I am afterwards, it's much, much more powerful. Okay, so now I'm going to ask, are we going to add anything else here? Yes. Is there any other written word? No. Okay, so there's no other written word, so you can just go ahead with that. Thank you, and enter. Okay.
Are we adding any, like the water or anything like that, or is that just?
So we're gonna do that afterwards. So I'm going to check. Do we need to change the relevance? No. The intensity? No. The potency? No. Okay, I just can't see fully the screen, so.
Intensity?
No.
Okay.
I've checked all of them. Okay,
none of them
so then.
Okay, so I can add a symbol.
Okay. So yeah, add a symbol. So we're going to record a vibration. So I'm just asking, do we need a picture of your necklace? No. Do we need a vibration of your necklace? Yes. So can you place your necklace under the Healy? Ta-da!
It's
And here's our
attached.
beautiful model, Abbey, demonstrating how to record the vibration.
Okay, so we've put the Healy on the neck. It's already attached to the necklace anyway, but I'm adding the Healy on top of the necklace, and I'm just going to press record vibration, and we're going to press record. Here we go.
Okay, so that's perfect. And then I'm going to ask, are we going to add an image? No. Are we going to record the vibration of the water? Yes. Do we want the water still and flat? No. Do we want Abbey just to cause it to swell and move? Yeah. So Abbey, could you please put your finger in the water, give it a swirl so it's moving, and then place the Healy on top of the glass of water or leant against the side of the water?
It will fit because I've picked a glass which is small enough for it to land on top.
Perfect. It's almost as if you knew what was coming.
I must have done.
Okay, so are we ready to record? Oh, hang on, we've got a problem. Stop. So I just asked, are we ready to carry on? And I've been told no. And so my immediate thought is, the Healy still connected to the necklace? Yes. Is that the issue? No. Do we want to set an intention to the water before we record? We record it? Yes. So I feel like, Abbey, could you just set an intention to the water saying, I'm just waiting for it to come through. This water is divine, love, and connection.
Okay, shall I do that just in my mind, or?
Yeah, in your mind.
I'm putting my hands around the glass.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, and now with the Healy on top to record it, please.
I'm just swirling the water again.
Beautiful, well remembered.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, yes, so we're happy with that. So that's recording. Okay, now, Abbey, could you move your little Zoom face at all?
My Zoom face?
Yeah. So on the screen.
I'm not sure if I can. I'm not, I think, I don't know if I can actually.
So can you just explain what's in the top right-hand corner for everybody?
Yeah, sure. And in terms of what's on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a cross. What we need to do is we just, as you can see, we've got both symbols are added. We've got the both vibrations, and then what we do is we press the cross at the top, and then
so
we just.
This is the bit that can really frighten people, can't it? Because you're like, I've done it all.
Yeah, so actually, there's no save button or something like that. So what you need to do is you press the cross. It doesn't mean, oh, this is going to disappear. It means that it's just going to close down the window. So we're just going to close that, press this cross button. If you want to be sure that it's there, go back into symbol. And if you click it, you'll see the two vibrations are still there.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you for showing this, Abbey. That's great. Because for me, that was a real, like, I've just recorded all this stuff and where is it now? Okay, so last check, is everything that we need all set in the Healy? Yes, perfect. So now, Abbey and Rosie, if you're ready, I'd like to run that, please. So Abbey, can you show us how you're going to do that? What did you click on there, Abbey?
On the tick at the top of the screen. So you just click tick and brought that into the reading now.
Okay, so if you can click vibrate now. Oh, let's just show everybody. So we've now got three things, haven't we? We've got the, okay, it doesn't matter. So I then go, so we've got the desired state, and then we've got the two parts that the Healy brought up, and we got rid of one of them ourselves. Okay, so if you click on vibrate, I'm just going to ask how long we're going to vibrate this for. Are we going to vibrate this? So I always ask with the question, are we going to vibrate this for more than a minute? No. Okay, so click on the 1 minute, 20 seconds, please. And I'm going to ask you to scroll up. Oh, this is so lovely. I've had people who have the resonance and didn't realize that we can scroll. So I think this is really important for anyone who's watching, who's newbie. You can change however long, and I will always muscle test to see how long. So 1 second, 3 seconds, 8, 17, 37 seconds. So we're being asked to vibrate this for 37 seconds, please.
Okay, there we go.
And then press start. So Abby, do you want to explain the red and the blue?
I don't know it actually. Do you know it?
Yeah, so I don't know which colour is which, but one colour is the frequencies being sent to you, and the other colour is the frequencies returning back to the Healy device. So it's a two-way process when you're using the blue app, but when you're using the pink app, it's not shown in that way because the pink apps are meant to be run with your connections.
Oh, that's interesting, because like I thought it was a two-way with the pink, because obviously it's reading your frequency.
Yes, sorry. So yeah, it is reading it through the sensors, but it's not shown in the same way.
That's amazing. I didn't know that. That's new for me. So I don't know about anyone else that didn't know about that. How, did you learn that from a video, or?
Yeah, it must have been from a video. So that's that's your quantum field. That's the information going out and then the information coming back. So it's kind of beautiful, isn't it? To know. So as the vibration's being sent, it's automatically, so it's found Rosie wherever you are in the world, and then it's taken what's going on for her body, and then it's adjusting it in the same way that I guess it does on the pink app with that direct reading. But because it's so amazing, the world, we can do this anywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to ask, is this all Rosie needs? Yes. Okay, and would she benefit from running this again? No. Is there anything that Rosie would benefit from at this time? Yes. Would Rosie benefit from drinking some water? No. Would Rosie benefit from putting an intention into her water before she drinks it in future? Yes. And would that intention be connected? I am. Yes. Is there anything else that we need to share with Rosie? Is there anything else Rosie needs to do? Are we complete? Yes.
Nice. So just to that was really great. Thank you, Jacintha.
No problem.
It was really nice to get your way of doing a scan, and also how you use your muscle testing as well, because that's new for me. And also for those that don't know muscle testing, Jacintha actually has done a PDF and an amazing freebie on her website where she shows you how to do it. And obviously it's nice because not all of us know what to do, and especially with what we talked about with Nuno Nina is he said we all need different things, and the first question that comes up is, but well, how do we do it then if we don't know what we need? So the muscle testing is one solution, is learn how to do that, and then you know what you need. So that's really nice. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's amazing.
Pleasure.
Fantastic, great. So that comes to the end of our. Sorry, what did you say?
We've just got a few comments coming up in the chat.
Yeah, great.
So let's see. I think. Okay, so I had a direct question from Bernie. Why does the frequency come back to the Healy? I guess because, I mean, I don't really know the answer to this, but in the same way as when you use it on the pink app, it's just, if we're all one and we're all connected, then the Healy is also connected. And so the Healy is constantly reading the individual that it's sending the frequency to ensure that the individual receives the frequency at the most powerful level that they can. And that is the most beneficial way for them as well, I believe.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I also, it could also be the inverted frequencies. I don't know if anyone knows about that, but a lot of the time when we work with a Tesla machine is you've got like a curve which goes up, and that's the frequencies that you need, but also you send the opposite, and then what happens is it cancels it out. So it could be that it's inverted the frequencies so that everything is then into perfect harmony. That's also possible, but that's just something else that's come up for me just there.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful. So Kat talks about how do I know what the numbers mean? Basically, I watched a video on YouTube and quickly jotted them all down. I haven't come across the cheat sheet for this, or an easier
there's
way
a
of
chart.
doing it?
There's a chart. There's a potency chart.
Mm.
It's on the, if anyone, I think Christina asked also that question in the Facebook chat. There is a potency chart. If you search in the group potency chart, it should come up. If that doesn't come up, I will also post it again, and you can get that, download it. It's also in the Google Drive. I share the Google Drive with everybody in the group. It's usually in the welcome message. You can click in there. I have got some absolute gems in there. I have actually paid somebody to research some of the different things like vital substances, and also to just write down what all the different amino acids mean, and what that actually does for the body, so that you know what's coming up. I've done as much research as I can on each one. There's a lot more to do, but if you go into the Google Drive, which I post out, I will repost it anyway, and you can have a look in there. And in there is also the potency chart.
Wow, that is such an amazing gift. Thank you so much for doing that for all of us.
You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, I thought, well, I would like it, so I went and just got someone to help me.
Amazing.
Yeah. And Bente's has said, do you ever do analyze for all three? Or so she's talking about the one that you deleted.
Oh yeah, I literally will test. Do I keep all of these? Yes. Do I need to remove 2? Yes. Which 2? I mean, I just follow what naturally comes into my mind. And then I just use my muscle testing to double check it. But if I was coming to it completely blank and not at a point of trusting my intuition, the first thing I would say is trust your intuition, because you always know, and your first thought is your most powerful one. So for me, my first thought was about Abbey's necklace. I wonder what I'm going to use in Abbey's house, because I'm not doing it here. And then we ask, and that's exactly. So yeah, I just muscle test. Do I need all of these? Do I need to change the potency? Yeah, I just ask every question and wait for an answer to come through.
Great. And also Andrea has asked, can you touch on the percentages on the vibrate? I'm just trying to work out what she means. Are you talking about, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Is this the first number, the 83% again?
It might be. I mean, we can just say that's the relevancy, depending on how much you actually need it at that time. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think that there is actually a document that explains each one as well, which I can send to you, Andrea, as well. All right, I'm just going to stop sharing my screen at the moment. So yeah, that's something else.
Denise is asking when we're finishing. Very soon, we promise.
we are done now anyways, and we're just going through the questions. So I think that's it. There's no more questions. So thank you so much, everybody. We had a few technical issues today, so we've run over slightly. But yeah, this will be back again next week. I just want to say I'm starting a new thing on Monday mornings. If you haven't seen it yet, it's super exciting. It's going to be like a high vibe morning. I've been really had this calling to do it. And what we're going to do is we're going to log in at 8 a.m, which is UK time. And I'm going to come with a number of different exercises. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some creative stuff. We're going to do maybe some dancing with some music, some meditation, and bring the high vibes in, do some affirmations, and yeah, just see what happens in that morning, and also learn how to use our Healys whilst we do our meditations. So we'll be doing it more practically. I'll be guiding some things. We'll be getting creative and just bringing up the frequency and creating our intentions for the week, so that we've got the week to kind of come and finish our projects and bring that frequency into our projects that we're doing. So I'm just so excited to share that with everybody. So I hope that you can all join. It's free. If you want to donate something for it, you can. I'm going to put my donate button on there, whatever you think or feel my time is worth. But it's not you know, you don't need to, unless you want to.
Amazing. Absolutely so, yeah. Amazing. I think it's so powerful for people to have like a morning routine to raise their vibe. I just think that's a genius idea.
Yes, I'm hoping maybe you want to join Jacintha and come and you've got some great morning. I know you're busy, but like if you do have time and you want to join us, feel free to do that. And
Thanks.
yeah, it'll be just really nice just to have everybody there and just like get this vibe going, you know, like really start to bring the motivation up in the group and really understand what's happening. And also with the sale that's on at the moment with the Healy, is we're doing a sale. There is a sale on it, not we are not doing it. Healy's doing a sale right now. So that's going to be exciting. If you don't know what that is, I will post something about it. Maybe we'll do another live on it actually. What do you think, Jacintha?
As long as you're leading, yes, that sounds brilliant.
Yeah, I want to learn more about what it is, because I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah,
And
I haven't got a clue.
I'd rather do a mini presentation on what's happening right now with Healy. But if you haven't heard, there's an amazing promotion, and also there's a chance to, if you are in the business side of things, you can also earn like some great bonuses this month. So we will be back with a live, hopefully on the weekend. Actually, that's what I'm thinking. All right. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Have a really good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rosie. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.